Hi, BSJ community. This is David Butcher, Principal, and this is from the desk of DB number 6. Today we're in a new location and new classrooms in the secondary school behind the science block. These have been constructed as part of our grand plan, our strategic plan to increase the amount of scope and sequence with all the building at the school and the proposed middle school that is going to be starting in August 2025. Today with me are two colleagues who do amazing work outside of the classroom. And this is where we're going to really start to talk about the holistic side of BSJ in terms of service, creativity, activity, and everything that makes our students such a wonderful proposition for life in the future, and particularly for their journey into tertiary. So I've got Liz Owie. Liz Owie has been at the school for a very long time. I'm not going to say how many years. And then along with me in 2018, Alric Marriott came in to BSJ, and he is currently the service coordinator in the IB Middle Years programme. Guys, welcome. Good to have you here. Good to actually have you in a room together. We don't get enough to see enough of each other. Liz, in a nutshell, explain the IB CAS programme and the diploma for everybody so they know.
Sure. So the CAS programme is something the students do if they take the diploma, and they have to do creativity, activity and service. And it's their chance to really, I think, discover who they are as individuals as they grow from school life into being adults and grown-ups. They do work on this every week. So they do creativity every week. They do some activities, so that means sport, and they're obviously often finding what their sport is as well. Some of our students aren't sure after lots of different experiences. And then service, they engage in learning who they are in the community and what their responsibilities are in the community. Okay,
then I go to Ulrich, and let's backpedal a bit, and then we introduced the MIP in 2018-19. Again, service is a huge part of that. How's the service grown? Because obviously this service leads into CAS, right? That's the whole one of the follow-throughs that we wanted. We didn't quite get that with Key Stage 3 and IGCSEs. Now we've got a clear path. So, Ulrich, tell me, how's service grown over the years? And in particular reference then comes to service days as well, because they are, I think, magical days in the school.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're at the stage now where we have service in all MYP year groups for the first time. And it's been a journey really from the start, where we've had year 7 and 8, MYP 1 and 2, up until MYP 5 now. And I think our job in the MYP service area is to look at offering as many opportunities for students to explore different areas of service, whether that be social, whether that be environmental, sometimes political in terms of advocacy, and get them ready then for the CAS and the service moving up. A few years ago, we moved into the service days. So we have 3 allocated days that are dedicated to service throughout the school year, 1 in each term. And that is an opportunity to bring the whole school together and explore new ways of supporting local, but also global partners.
Okay, give me some, because when I walk around, I'm always amazed by what's going on. It's just a hub of activities. Locally, what are we doing in service on a service day? What can we expect on that?
So recently we've had Yum Farming, who BSJ have worked with for a number of years, but the focus for this time was not actually looking at their organic farming, but looking at their projects that they have further afield in Kalimantan, where they're working with children with stunted areas and stunted issues, and what they're doing there to support them, not just in terms of their healthcare, but also in terms of learning resources. Backpedal to term 3 last year, and we had Kurtabumi, which is a recycling centre based in Bintaro, and they came in to look at the issues of recycling and how we can actually provide income for local families to drop off recycling there. So those are the 2 local ones that we've had. And then going further back globally, we've had the UNHCR come in, and we looked at kind of advocating for refugee rights here in Indonesia. And then before that, we had UNICEF, where we were looking at different types of fundraising and how students can kind of further develop their fundraising skills to get a wider community from outside of the school.
So both of you are brilliant teachers in your own fields, psychology, music, geography, and then you get to this part of your job where you see the children outside of the classroom and you see them in a completely different environment. What's the rewards when you see that capture of, because we've all worked in different schools, and I would say particularly here at BSJ that service is intrinsic in the school. We're a 50-year-old school, which is pretty good for an international scene, right? But the whole idea of, I suppose we would call it educational social responsibility. You get CSR, corporate social responsibility, but our ESR of actually wanting to give back to this wonderful country, the kids just want to do it. Can you give me some examples of where you just gone, oh my God, I'm blown away?
There's quite a few. I mean, we could, yeah. I think what I love about the job is that you get to see the students really grow into who they are. And we had one student who actually won the Diana Award last year, and that was a result of many years of service, many years of learning where they fit in, what they wanted to do. It was family support as well as school support, and you really saw her grow into an amazing individual who then had interviews with the Prince Harry, and recently. So you see those, but for me, it's not always about the big competition winners. It's also the individuals who start off finding it hard. They really find it challenging. I have to do this. The course says I have to do this. What does that mean for me? And they gradually learn what they can do, how they can impact local people, how can they impact themselves. It's a reciprocal relationship that we're growing and developing with these students. And that's what is amazing to see with our students as they learn. And we enter other competitions. And I will always say to students, I'll support you with the competition. It's a great opportunity, but you have to make it real. Because a lot of the competitions are ideated rather than seen through. So we've just got a group who just won the BEC competition, which was amazing. And they're looking at how leaching in soil, but also how they can help community through that. And they're now realizing that project. So that's for me the big moments, the realizing of projects and ideas.
And it's interesting in a way that, our job is really to prepare them for life after BSJ, whatever the age that they leave, but ultimately it's normally year 13. And if you think about some of the CAS projects that have gone on over the years have been linked to what they do in their IBDP subjects, right? They've tied it in really, really well.
Yeah.
And we've got away, do you remember when we had the 50-50-50, the hours?
Yes.
And everybody used to try and count the hours.
Count the hours.
It doesn't even happen here, does it? No. Because in fact, sometimes you have to pull them back.
Yeah, I mean, the IB says that for CAS they have to do a 1-month project, but most of our students are working for 12 months on their projects.
And that's we don't have to do anything about that.
No, they get involved and they want to develop it and grow it, and often they're passing it to the next group of students who make it their own and develop it into something new. We run Saturday workshops as well so that students can have longer time. So they have after school activity time, but then they have Saturday workshops where they have 2 or 3 hours with their group. And there's some amazing stuff with technology. Yeah. I remember a robotics workshop with our students where they didn't realize how much the children from the local school could actually do. Yeah. And they were astounded that the local children built the robots faster than our students did.
A huge awakening, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah.
Eric, we're doing things all over Indonesia as well. Tell us something. I mean, this is phenomenal. Not just Jabodetabek, where we are, but also far beyond. Tell me where we've been making inroads there.
So I think the biggest impact we've had kind of in the wider community in Indonesia has been in Ambon, Maluku over the last few years. MYP students have been supporting them more recently with online lessons. So they've been teaching online lessons every week to a group of 20 to 30 students to just develop their English skills. We work with Bahasa Busudara, which is a non-profit organization over there, and they're really passionate about empowering young people through English because they feel that that's going to give them better opportunity. So I had the privilege a year ago now to go and visit and look at the impact that it's had there. But it's not just the teaching. In terms of recycling and reusing and reducing our impact on the environment, we send a lot of our old PE kits, sports kits, football boots, everything like that, which is used then in the wider community.
And one of our kids has just won an award for his thing with football boots. Is that right? Yeah,
so we've had, so Preston actually in year 12 now, his was actually further afield and separate, but it was sports trainers. Yeah. We've had football boots. Just this summer past, we sent 2 of our Indonesian teachers over to Maluku, and they ran teacher training workshops for over 100 teachers there to try and empower them, try and upskill them so they can kind of change their mindset and I guess, in the end, improve the quality of their education in remote areas in Indonesia.
And in some ways, in a housing point of view, we'd want to get them back here as well, to get some of the teachers from Maluku to come in Ambon to come and spend time here as well. That's the kind of ideal in the future, isn't it?
Yeah, end goal. So we've had people from the community over there visit in kind of their personal holidays, and they've come into campus and they've seen everything that we've got here. And I think the end goal would be to obviously have some of their teachers here to experience what teaching in Jakarta at a huge international school is like.
Of course. It would be remiss not to talk about Sekolah Bisa.
Yep.
Founded by our students. How many years ago now is it?
I think it's about 11 years ago
11
now.
years.
Yeah.
Sekolah Bisa, for those of you who don't know, is a school that is the school that can, that was founded by BSJ students through CAS. Liz, you live and breathe that literally every day with Pak Adimas.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that.
So at the moment there are 24 students attending. It's a primary school, and those children live in situations where they wouldn't have had the opportunity to go to school at all. And the school doesn't just deal with the education there as well. They're also dealing with the social concerns that those students have and helping them to grow. And our students work with them too. So we bring them to BSJ nearly every day to join activities.
About 3:30, I see them going, big waves to them,
and they get to do all sorts of different things, sports and English and maths, and that engagement. They do arts as well, so that engagement of opportunity, you can really see impacting the children on both sides, both schools.
And Sekolah Paud?
Yep, we've got preschool, little school, and there's 25 students there at the moment. It's grown. Yep. And there's some students coming through to Sekolah Bisa from there. Some of them are then accessing other schools because it's a requirement here that they have attended and have some basic skills before they go to a primary school. So that's been really important, and that's growing and is something we're working on and the students are engaging with. And it's lovely because it's across school as well. We have the primary department working.
They go and visit some of the primary students. Go and visit.
And they've been inviting them to come in as well. So the POUD children have come and played in our younger age group space.
Really, really good. I mean, these are the things that I think give that special value to the school. In terms of the future, what's coming up for CAS in terms of, and service this year? And really, the purpose of these from the Desk of DBs is to share the great work we're doing at BSJ and for the parents to understand where we're going and how they can help. I mean, what's in our canon for the future for the rest of this academic year?
Sure. So we do work with the Refugee Learning Centre in Cisarua. We're going to have them come here and we're going to go there. So we've got visits planned over the rest of the year. A refugee night for our students to understand a little bit more about the challenges that they face.
So you actually take their mobile phones away from them for
a whole night? Don't tell them. We do, and they play lots of games and they get to interact with each other and they get to interact with the refugees as well. And then we've also, what else is coming up?
So the Year 10, 11 core, they're working with a new community partner, a local deaf school. And the idea there is we're going to create a mini country fair for them to come and explore. We did this last year with MTS Nurafala. And this is a new community partner now that we're trying to support. So the students are busy planning activities for that day, but also outside of that, looking at things like designing a new school uniform for them, planning INs, special learning resources, but also fundraising for technology in the school. So it's kind of a huge project that the 2-year groups in MYP 4 and 5 will be supporting that community partner moving forward. But also they'll be coming in on Service Learning Day 2, and they'll actually be teaching our students some basic sign language and things like that. So it's a real two-way partnership.
That is superb.
We've got the festive sales coming up.
Yes, in December.
Yep, in
December.
What
day was it?
12th.
12th. That's a Thursday, is it?
It's a Thursday, yeah. So our students are putting that together with support from the team, the service team.
And that'll be in the old sports hall?
The old sports hall. There'll be loads of sales from external vendors, and lots of charity work coming in. And then our students all get to have a turn of a stall to sell their products for their projects as well. That's right. So that's a big team effort.
It's always kind of a nice way to end the academic the term, isn't it?
Absolutely.
You can also buy a whole bunch of stuff that you can share with the family.
Yes, good for holidays. Yeah,
and it's all made from kids in many ways, so it's brilliant.
And the other big thing is Habitat for Humanity.
Oh, of course.
So we've got our visit tomorrow.
Very dear to my heart, this one.
Yeah, it's really good. So we're going to do it. We're going to join their big build tomorrow. They're building in 3 places in Java tomorrow, and we're joining the one in Tangerang. And we've got a campus chapter of students now who are working on the next visit, which big visit will be in Jogja. But we'd love parents to be involved because the children and parents can go together, and we'd love them to be doing regular builds in Tangerang.
And certainly this is, having worked around the world and having worked with other, other sections of Habitat for Humanity, is such a good organisation. It's so well run and so well organised.
The safety's sorted. They're really good at what they do. Absolutely.
It's a great partner for
Yeah.
School. It's been lovely to catch up with you both. Thank you for really giving that insight and the passion and the success. I know that in the world of heads, when we sit around and we talk about CAS, other heads will go, yeah, we have to pull the kids through literally to do it. That's not the case at BSJ. You drive it absolutely brilliantly, but you've also got a willing cohorts behind you. So we've got a great year ahead, and then beyond that, who knows what's going to happen. So thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Good to see you both.
Thank you, David.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody. See you for number 7.